Hello, I am Márcio Santos, and we are starting a new series with 4 special episodes. Welcome to the Orgânicos around the world. Esta é uma série especial dentro do projeto Orgânicos Simples que mostra um panorama dos orgânicos em outros países. Começamos a nossa jornada nos Estados Unidos. Reno está localizada a 42 quilômetros ao norte da capital do estado de Nevada. Conhecida como a maior cidade pequena do mundo, é famosa por seus cassinos, suas belezas naturais incríveis como o Lago Tahoe e também por ser a terceira cidade mais populosa da região. Nossa primeira parada foi em um clube de compras de alimentos orgânicos, o Great Basin Community Food Co-op.
Great Basin is a locally owned grocery store which is all about, it's owned by the community, it's owned by our members, so every member is a part owner of our store here. So we keep the community involved and we like to provide the community with the most locally sourced produce, meats and other commodities that come from our area in Nevada, and we source organically as much as possible.
My name is Amber Salaberry. I'm a co-founder and I'm the current general manager of the Great Basin Community Food Cooperative here in Reno, Nevada. We have close to 8,000 member owners here in northern Nevada. It started as a project where we wanted to be a grocery store that could carry local and organic foods from within our watershed, because that's how we define local. We don't do it on a mile radius, we do it based off of our watershed. We strongly believe that having good agricultural practices creates a clean watershed, almost more so than any other industry. Agriculture has a huge impact on ecosystems, watersheds, and the livelihood of the individuals who are working on those farms. It's a huge reason that we strongly support organics, which goes beyond non-GMO. Organic means not only can you not have genetically modified organisms as a source of seed, but you also can't be using pesticides and herbicides, things along the line of glyphosates and Roundup and some of the other chemicals that are found to not be good for small mammals.
So the way that our membership program works is that every member that decides to join the co-op pays dues of $20 a year for 10 years, or they can pay the entire equity, which is $200 up front, which then they are a current owner of the store. So $200 is the amount that they need to be a part owner, but if you're paying $20 a year, that is working towards the part ownership, but you're still a member with the store. And paying that $20, you basically receive that all back in store discounts, the sales that we have on sale bi-weekly, and all the other great perks of being a member here at the co-op. But anybody is welcome to shop here. We are open to the public, but we encourage you to be a member because all the equity shares that are coming into the co-op are going right back into the co-op. So they're not going elsewhere. Everything that goes in here, so you being a member goes right back into the co-op, so we can continue to provide you with everything here.
To date, we have a little over 120 local farmers, producers, and artisans. And it's just been a slow process of meeting people and connecting with them. What our sustainability and local food coordinator does, Nicole Salaberry, she's my sister, she goes out to every single producer's property and she inspects, how do they mitigate their soil, where do they source their seeds from, what is their source of water, how do they slaughter their animals, how do they raise their animals, are there any inputs, do they give antibiotics? I mean, we cover all the bases to make sure that the story that we are telling the people buying the food is real and true and has integrity behind it. But yeah, it's taken us 10 years to do it.
I'm originally from India, and my experience in India was totally different than here in the organic world of America. I grew up on a farm where we used all kinds of pesticides, all chemicals, even DDT. I smelled the DDT before, so it's when I moved here, I was moved to see organic products, and I wanted my kids to experience those kind of products where there is no chemicals, and they can experience the right product. That's why my motivation to work here.
Saímos de Reno em direção a Silver Springs para conhecer o Custom Gardens Organic Farm. O agricultor Ray Johnson, sua esposa Virginia e 2 voluntárias nos receberam com um maravilhoso lanche e tudo orgânico.
Okay, Ray Johnson, my wife Virginia and I started this farm 26 years ago. The land was nothing more than sagebrush and no houses around. We carved it out of the desert, you might say. We have worked on the soil to improve it, to create a soil that is healthy and will grow. It's 2.6 acres, and we have made a living farming here. We have also had to do some work outside the farm in order to survive also. But we have found that if we specialize as a small farm, you can make a living from it. And that's what we have done over the years. And we have created throughout the years a standard for display at farmers markets. We created a CSA program, one of the first in the state. And we also were the very first certified organic farm in the state of Nevada. We worked with the state to create that certification program before it was a national program. And we enjoy this very much. It's a living and a lifestyle both. So you can't just call it, just a living. The lifestyle is very important also. The CSA program stands for Community Supported Agriculture, and the way we operate it is we have volunteer workers who work the farm and do the growing and the producing of the product. We also have paid membership, and what that entails is a box of fresh vegetables in season every week for about 14 weeks every summer, this type of thing. And we will deliver those boxes into a metro area for pickup, or they can come to the farm to pick up. So both those options are available. We have a day in the fall, usually in October, where we do an appreciation of all our CSA members and workers and hold a big farm to fork type dinner right here at the farm. So that's another opportunity for the customer, the worker, to become familiar with and see exactly how their food is grown. And of course, this area in the last 5 years has been promoting buy local, buy fresh, know your farmer, all of those little phrases that have really helped sales. Why organic? Organic is the only way that we believe in to eat. The food is natural. It's you do not have any of the additives that they put in packaged foods here in the United States. And we feel that going back to the way it originally was, because everything was organic at one time or another, that this is the way that we should eat, and we're trying to supply enough of the organic food to people who would like to eat organic.
Why organics? Because that's what nature intended us to have. Because when we start manipulating stuff, like a natural banana, if we manipulate the product, our body is not used to it. And the scientists are thinking, oh, let's make it more flavorful, make it last longer on the shelf, but that doesn't work. I think nature intended to be that way, and I think that's my belief, it should stay that way.
And frankly, as an individual, as a consumer, I would rather eat food that doesn't have anything sprayed on it. I would rather eat food that's exactly as nature intended it to be. I think it's healthier. I think organics is a really difficult struggle globally because there's a lot of money and corporate lobbying behind it, both in the United States and abroad. So I think consumers have to be self-responsible and autonomous, and they need to take the time to educate themselves, and they need to take the time to understand the people who grow their food, because now that everybody's in the game of organics, including Walmart and Costco and large companies, we're going to start to see things change and quite possibly see the standards of what we once considered pure organics to change as well. So that's why you should know your farmer and know your food, and build those relationships and be willing to pay a fair price for that food to truly support good agricultural producers within your region, because their livelihood depends on your livelihood and vice versa.
For me, eating organic and sustainably grown food is all about knowing what I'm putting into my body. And one of the most important things that I feel really lucky to be a part of here at the co-op is that I know where my food comes from. So even those farms in California, we create relationships with them, and I know their growing practices, and I know what goes into it, and I meet those people, and it makes me feel so much better about what I'm putting into my body at the end of the day. Because, I mean, it's virtually impossible to eat entirely organic unless you're growing all your own food year-round, but I try my hardest, and I would say I do pretty well, 98% of putting only organic food into my body, and it makes me feel good. So.
Eu ganhei um pacote de gengibre havaiano, mas como eu não ia conseguir trazer para o Brasil, eu dei de presente para o Craig Fresetti, um agricultor urbano em Reno e que nós vamos conhecer no próximo episódio, além de uma feira de produtores locais em Franklin, Tennessee. Não percam o próximo episódio do Orgânicos pelo Mundo. Até lá! Galera, esse aqui é o motorhome que a gente está alugando aqui em Nevada. Eu estou gravando numa GoPro aqui, a gente está só verificando agora os itens, o André está ali com o rapaz, verificando os itens finais.